What's up, metal and heavy music fans? This is Flight of Icarus from metaltrenches.com. Got another quick opinion for you here today, and we're going to talk about Canadian black metal band Panzerfaust, who have toured with the likes of Marduk, Belphegor, Dimmu Borgir, Uada, and Vital Remains. They also played the 2017 Norway Inferno festival, and they've even opened for Slayer on their final tour. The band is now embarking on a new tetralogy called the Suns of Perdition, with the first album, Horrid, being released this June via Eisenwald. 3 guesses as to what it's about. I recommend Panzerfest to fans of Deathspell Omega, Marduk, and Schammasch. The press release describes this new album as a vicious and abrasive ride straight to the pits of inhumanity. This first chapter examines the malign episodes of this past century, shining a light on difficult subject matter using a begrimed philosophical lens. The resulting synthesis is what George Orwell once described as a boot stamping on a human face forever. On that note, it should come as no surprise that the tone of this album is appropriately imposing and ominous. From the very Deathspell-sounding opening guitars of The Day After Trinity, it's clear that there will be no quarter. These foreboding riffs slink through the listening space like a coiled serpent, striking from the darkness.
20 years too late. It should have been done the day after Trinity.
And not to be outdone, the bass and drums on this album are incredible both in performance and production. They provide a seemingly endless barrage of echoing toms, rumbling bass lines, all coming together to form a truly awe-inspiring wall of sound that completely surrounds you. The vocals are among the most unhinged I've heard so far this year. Often more animal than man, they're a rabid display of drooling bloodlust. Just a disgusting, frothing display of feral aggression. Though these are occasionally broken up by some unholy sermonizing in the vein of Behemoth or Schammasch. And in addition to the already warlike instrumentation, the imagery gets quite literal on Stalingrad, Massengrab, with its inclusion of actual sounds of fighter planes and bomb explosions. It's disturbing how seamlessly it works into the overall composition. And all of this builds to the dread-inducing 13-plus minute closer, The Men of No Man's Land, which opens with marching soldiers and closes with lingering, grief-ridden bagpipes. Even during its old-timey recorded interlude of Silent Night, it's utterly terrifying, perhaps even more so, because context, after all, is everything. So in the end, this may be fairly well-trodden ground, but thanks to the weight and finesse that Panzerfaust put into it, the Suns of Perdition Chapter 1 Horrid ends up making a real statement about the ugliness of war. It's a harrowing reflection of the absolute worst in all of us. Panzerfaust grab you right by the nape of the neck and shove your face in it. I give this album a 10 out of 10 for enjoyability, for what should be obvious reasons at this point. I give it a 9 out of 10 for instrumentation. While it's not super technical, it's very well composed, lots of dynamics, lots of intricate little pieces coming together here that are well above average for black metal in particular. And I give it a 7 out of 10 for innovation. Overall, again, these are pretty familiar concepts and sounds, but I have to hand it to Panzerfaust for getting it all exactly right. All of that averaging out to an 8.7. Great stuff. B+. Once again, you can get Horrid via Eisenwald on June 14th. Link down in the description. As always, thank you for listening. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with others who might find it interesting. And also, if you're a regular listener, please do consider donating to our Patreon. But for now, this is Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.